YouTube? So, Sensei Prime, I'm here with John Amore. You'll see his face one day. But we're gonna go over, he had a question about how to attack from Kesa Gatame. So I got 3 attacks that I'm gonna go over with you here today. And then I'm also gonna show you how to control the Kesa Gatame and just kind of some ideas from the Kesa Gatame for those control points, all right? So control is a side control position, and I'm sat like this, right? Traditionally, right? You're sat like this. So for Kesa Gatame, so let's just talk about control first, because if you don't have the control, obviously you're not gonna be able to finish any of the positions in anywhere in Jiu-Jitsu if you don't have the control. So first things first, I've got, let me just show you how we get into Kesa Gatame, right? So just go like this. So anytime that you drill a position, try to drill it from their best position possible so you can start to see how to start to break their position down, right? So if I'm in side control here, right, you just relax a little bit, yeah, right there, right? And even for you guys on bottom, you just want to relax as well, right? You don't always want to be like super duper tense. So from right here, this is a traditional side control. Now all I'm gonna do to fit into Kesa Gatame is just hike up and slide my leg through like that. So now you see my right leg super duper deep underneath his arm. All right, now from right here, my left hand is gonna get a collar grip here. This is what I like to do so I can stay glued to him. So my right hand grabs the collar and my elbow shrinks to his lat, all right? So what this is gonna do when he starts to shrimp, you don't have to, but when he starts to move away, I kind of stay close to him so I can like follow him. And that right there is gonna break the guy down, and eventually he's gonna settle down, and then you can start looking at, you know, how to attack him from there. So after he's settled down, after I've gotten my grips and I've initiated my control, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna get into my favorite Kesa Gatame position where I feel is the ultimate control, right? So left hand slides through. Now I'm gonna capture his arm, right? So look what I did with my leg. So my left leg is not here, right? Because what's John gonna do? He's gonna pull his right arm out, right? Super duper easy. So what I'm gonna do here is after I've pummeled in, I'm gonna grab his elbow and I'm gonna bring my knee in there, right? So what's that do to him? That's gonna make it to where when he goes to try to move his elbow out, it's gonna be very, very difficult, all right? So once again, I'm gonna go back through that so you guys can see how I fit into that, all right? So now this is my ultimate position, all right? Where I have him right here. I'm a little bit over my head. I don't want my head directly over his chest. I want my head kind of a little bit over to the mat on this side, all right? So that's ultimate control for me. Collar grip, arm, leg super duper tight in there. Nice control, okay? So let's just go back to the side control and fitting into it again. So he's got his preferred side control position. I got my head and arm, or I'm down here in side control. I just finished passing. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab his shoulder and I'm just gonna switch my base and I'm gonna get right underneath that arm. Boom, just like that. Next thing I do, I fit in, grab his elbow, bring my knee in. It's kind of like a kickstand, right? I don't want my leg super duper relaxed. I want a kickstand. So now that leg is actually driving his weight that way. All right, so that's gonna keep his arm elevated in this direction right here. All right, so now I got my control. I got my collar with my right hand, and now I'm ready to attack. All right, so I just wanna show you 3 ways that you can attack from the Kesa Gatame, okay? So the first and easiest way to attack from the Kesa Gatame is gonna be the bent arm lock. All right, so for the bent arm lock, it's gonna be like a Kimura position. All right, so I'm gonna finish it with my legs. So all I'm gonna do here, right? I'm gonna scoot up and I'm gonna shove his arm out, right, over my leg. All right, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move his arm up and I'm gonna capture it. All right, now from right here, I can finish a straight. I think he's gonna let me finish a straight. All right, but what people typically do is they try to bring their arm up and they try to answer this phone right here, right? So this is actually gonna be 4 positions because he just showed me a 4th position, but you can actually finish this right here. Step on it like that. It's kind of like a crucifix if you don't know what a crucifix is. Crucifix is, I can go over that later in a later video, but Me holding his wrist right here is a very strong position for me. Why? Because right here, he's got to do a lot of bicepping. He's got to do a lot of bicep curls right here. For me, it's a straight shot right here. It's a stiff arm. Now, if I want to finish that straight, just capture it with my bottom leg, step on top of it. It's going to be a nice finish, nice and easy. The second position that you could finish from right here is his arm is bent, and now I catch it right here, and now I just bring my leg down. I don't want to do it too much, but we'll do it for the video. He taps. Boom. So those are 2. I know I said 3, but these are gonna be 2. These are gonna be 4, sorry. All right, so again, right here in my preferred Kesa Gatame position, right? My legs are in tight. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release, and I'm gonna find his wrist, and I'm gonna push it out, right? Now I'm going to snatch right here. I'm gonna grab his arm, and I'm gonna step on it, right? Or what I could do is force his arm up, capture it up here, and then I push my leg down. All right? So those are 2 ways that you can finish in that kind of scenario. You can kind of run them through like a little bit of a gauntlet. You could put his arm out here, right? Start to step on it, right? He starts to move his arm up, I push it underneath my leg a little bit more, and I force my leg down, and that's what's gonna give me the tap, okay? All right, number 3 is gonna be the third submission that you can do from Kesa Gatame, all right? So, this is gonna be an arm bar, and this is like one of the slickest submissions that you could do from Kesa Gatame. Actually, I think the last one I'm gonna show you in this video is actually probably the slickest one, but this one's gonna be super duper slick as well. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, same positions that we had. I still have my right hand on his collar, right, forcing myself onto his midsection, and right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to push myself down a little bit. All right, I'm gonna move down this way so that there's a lot of surface area right here. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, my left hand, I'm gonna grab a lot of sleeve here. So I'm grabbing between his shoulder and and his elbow. Okay, why? Because I want to make that kind of like a stick. All right, if I grab here, he's gonna have a lot of strength at the elbow point. If I grab up here, I'm not controlling crap up there either. So when I'm grabbing in the middle, I've got like a lot of control here. All right, so grab at the middle point. All right, now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna float my body down towards his legs, float down, and now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna hike over, and I'm gonna step over his face, boom, right here. And I take my left hand and I come up to his wrist, and I hip in, boom, arm bar. Nice and simple. So again, I've got my position set up, right? And if I want to kind of sneak this thing in there, like I got my head, you know, nice and low. Like I'm the kind of guy. And I think you should be the kind of person that when you're doing moves that you don't make big moves in the house. It's kind of like you're, you know, for lack of a better words, a burglar. You know, a burglar is not gonna fall around all over the house. He's gonna come in there nice and quiet. You're not gonna hear a thing. All right, I want this guy to be unaware of what's happening. So I'm hanging out right here above his chest, and maybe I'm like acting like I'm attacking this other side here. And I grab, you know, the position that I want. I start to float down. And now I'm gonna move my weight over, and I'm gonna step over his head. Boom. Come up with my left arm. Boom. Finish a straight arm bar. All right. And if you have any questions, any comments or concerns regarding any of these positions, feel free to go into the comment sections below and leave a little comment, and I'll be happy to, you know, give you some little typed out advice, and maybe it could be a future video. All right. Yeah. So that's arm bar number 3. All right, so the fourth position. All right, that's really, really nice, and I think it's gonna play off really, really well off of the last arm bar that we did. So instead of stepping over the way that we did before, what I'm gonna do here, same exact sequence as before. I'm gonna be up here. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot myself down, right? and I'm gonna keep his arm, and it's gonna be, you're gonna do this like really, really quickly. I'm gonna step up and sit here. Now I grab his arm, I pull him, and I finish the arm bar here. So, there's gonna be like a lot more moving parts and something like that. So I prefer to do the first 3 positions that I showed you, because you're gonna be moving a lot less. But this is one, if you wanna score points with your coach, if you wanna score points with your girlfriend, you show this video, you look really, really nice. All right,
I heard your submissions go up just by watching these videos, like immediately.
So again, all right, so I'm holding the shoulder, I'm moving back. Now from right here, I'm gonna base with my right arm, and I'm gonna shoot my knee onto his chest, right here, right? Now from right here, my goal is to throw my leg over his face. I can't really do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sit back on my butt, I'm gonna hold his arm, and fit into an arm bar right here, boom. So a key detail in that is the way that I put my arm, my bottom leg on his chest. So after I shoot up, I'm putting my knee here, right? And then I'm sitting down. I'm kind of almost, I'm really parallel with him. So from right here, it's gonna be a very, very hard position for him to get away from. All right? So I still have this control on his arm. All right, so now from here, I switch really quickly to his wrist, and I suck him into my arm bar. Bow, right there. All right? So, right here in this case of Gatame, I bring my knee up. Boom, right there. And look at the grip that I have here on his sleeve. Now I'm gonna sit, and I'm gonna pull him and adjust myself, finishing that arm bar. Yep, so I said at the beginning it was gonna be 3, those were actually 4. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the comment sections below. Be sure to like this video, help your boy out, and if you have any video suggestions or techniques that you wanna see, feel free to shoot them my way. Sensei Prime out.